Are you a huge fan of anime-style MMOs? If so, I got a game you might want to keep your eyes on any more so if you're looking for something new, or maybe you have one of your course inside of Tower Fantasy, Genshin, or maybe any PSO2 New Genesis. And of course, today I'm going to be talking all about Crystals of Atlan, which have a open beta coming here in honestly the next few weeks, and I'm going to be discussing everything you need to know about the beta as well as what this is. But before we hop into all that, I do want to give a giant thank you to everybody that is supporting over on patreon.com/Maconn, subscribing over on twitch.tv/troymaconn, and of course everyone that is hitting that wonderful join button here on YouTube. Thank you, my dudes. Also, don't forget, we are now also streaming over on TikTok and working on making daily TikTok video. So be sure to hit that up to keep all your Maconn needs coming your way. And with that, let's get into this and let's discuss the brand new anime MMO. So what is Crystal of Atlan here? And of course, if you're not aware, this is a brand new anime MMO coming over from Korea that will be launching here on the web very soon. In fact, we also have a beta setup or sign up happening right now, which we will go more in detail in a moment. But for the game itself, it is made up and right now being very class driven with a grand total 12 classes are coming in here. And of course, as you can see, we do have a decent amount of character from Berserker to Major to Summoner to Rangers, and pretty much a lot of in between here, as well as some classes that is seeming to be very much focusing around puppets. So I'm very curious to see where that's gonna go here. And of course, each of the classes are going to be characters, but as of now, it don't really seem like we're gonna have any gacha mechanics here. But once again, that could change in the near future, so keep that in mind for this as of now. But when it comes to the actual gameplay itself, it is very much seeming like what you would see from Tower of Fantasy. But the one thing I at least noted from the gameplay preview that will put out is it does seem like it's very dungeon focused, especially since each of the dungeons seem to have a time limit in a linear progression area, as well as we did get to see a little bit of a hub town. So I'm kind of curious to see if there's going to be one of them games that's going to go the way of having a hub, take quests, and then go out with your friends and take on a dungeon to complete these. As now seems very similar to what PSO2 were doing, or I know some of you might also think Monster Hunter a little bit, but I feel like it leaned more toward PSO2. So it's going to be interesting to see if that is in fact what they're going to end up being, or will it end up being a open world style MMO in the vein of Tower of Fantasy. But once again, we will have to wait and see about that. But the combat itself is action-based, and of course, you do have abilities on cooldown timers that you can actually use in combat for combos. So, which in return seem very similar to games like PSO2 New Genesis or Wayfinder in that way, with of course your normal attack, heavy attack, and then your specials. And of course, it didn't look interesting to you at all, and you do want to give this a try for yourself. Lucky enough, as of now, they are taking, of course, a sign up for the beta, and as of now, for the information we do have here, of course, the sign up will be going to the 8th of December. So at the time of that video, you got yourself a few weeks to get in here, to get signed up to try to enter. And of course, the test period will be in the mid of December. So very much at the end of this year. And as stated here, the test duration will be no less than 8 days. So it does seem like that's still a little bit up in the air. But you would notice something here is, of course, when it comes to this, the sign-up will be given out to random people who take part in a survey for the sign-up. And, of course, you cannot sign up for a specific platform, since this is a cross-platform MMO or anime game. Of course, some people will be selected to play it on PC, and others will be able to play it on Google Play. So keep that in mind. And for all you Apple users out there, hopefully you will get your hands on a PC key. And as for when the test will be given out or you will receive your invite will be 1 to 2 days before the launch of the beta test itself. And as of right now, that is everything that is going on with Crystal of Atlan. And of course, hopefully, if I can get my hands on it, we will be giving this a go since the combat actually doesn't look bad at all and kind of right up my alley. So, and also, hopefully during the beta test or leading up to it, maybe we can find out more details exactly if this is going to end up being a gacha game or is it going to be a more of a equipment random loot draw, since it did in the gameplay we did see loot dropping from enemies. So it's going to be interesting to see how much they're going to be and what way they're going to take this as far as monetization with how much that stuff going to end up being. But nonetheless, I'm quarterly intrigued here by this, and of course, I will keep you all up to date as more information is coming out here. So if you haven't already, make sure to do thumbs up and subscribe and hit all the bells so you'll be notified of any future update as well as other MMOs right here on the channel. And of course, like always, let me know in the comments if that's something you're interested in or you're going to be trying to sign up, and I will have, of course, a link in the description where you can head over and sign up for the beta test. But for now, that's going to do it for me, and I will see you in the comments.